Imagine civilizations that built wonders rivaling anything in Rome, China, or the Middle East. But their stories were conveniently erased from your textbooks. You were told Africa was all huts and spears, right? Well, buckle up, because what you're about to see will ruin that narrative forever. Our journey begins, not in Cairo or Athens, but deep in southern Africa. Here lies a city of stone so immense that when Europeans first stumbled upon it, they refused to believe Africans built it. Because apparently, stacking stones is only impressive if it's done in Europe. Great Zimbabwe was built entirely without mortar. Thousands of granite blocks were carefully cut and stacked, interlocked so perfectly that 800 years later, they still stand. 11-meter-high walls, snaking across the hills like stone giants, and yet, not a single drop of cement. But sure, Africans couldn't possibly do this. It must have been Phoenicians, Arabs, or maybe aliens. Because clearly Africans were too busy living in mud huts to figure out engineering. Right. At its heart stood the conical tower, a massive stone structure whose purpose still sparks debate. Was it a symbol of power? A royal granary? A temple of prosperity? Whatever its meaning, it spoke of a society with complexity, order, and vision. And it wasn't just a single monument. Great Zimbabwe sprawled across 700 hectares, a city large enough to house 20,000 people at its peak. Imagine 20,000 lives woven together in stone streets, royal compounds, trading markets, and spiritual centers. This wasn't an isolated wonder. Archaeologists uncovered Chinese porcelain, Arabian glass, and Persian beads inside Great Zimbabwe. Yes, you heard right. Southern Africa was trading across oceans centuries before colonial ships even dreamed of rounding the Cape. Great Zimbabwe became so politically inconvenient that colonial governments tried to erase it. Early explorers credited anyone but Africans. Even in the 20th century, school children were taught the ruins were mysteries built by outsiders, because acknowledging African genius threatened the colonial narrative. But truth, like stone, endures. Today, Great Zimbabwe stands as a national symbol of pride, resilience, and ingenuity, a silent reminder that Africa was never an empty canvas waiting for civilization. It was already painting masterpieces in stone. If this is what Southern Africa achieved with stone, wait until you see what West Africa did.